Semester 5th, Subject Code 22518. Subject Software Testing. Myself, Miss Anita Shirture. Chapter number 2nd, Types and Levels of Testing. Now I am going to tell about the remaining topics of this chapter, the performance testing. In previous video, we have discussed about the performance testings and their techniques are the load testing, the stress testing, soak testing and spice testing. Some testings are remains, so I will explain in this video now. The performance testing, system testing. Learning outcome of this video, the performance testing, security testing and client server testing. And next level, the acceptance testing. The acceptance testing included the two testing, alpha testing, chapter number 2nd, types and levels of testing, then security testing. It is technique to determine if an information system protects data and maintains the functionality as intended. Security, that means you had to prevent from the bugs, virus of your system. So this techniques is used to determine an information system protect the data and maintain the functionality in your system. It also aims it's verifying the 6 basic principles as listed. And these techniques, these testings, whenever you have to give in the security testings, and these techniques are included the basic principles, the confidentiality, integrity, authentications, authorizations, availability and non-repetitions. Everyone knows the why use these basic principles, because whenever you have to give in the some principles in your product and when you have to make the some products with using this principle, that times you have to given the better improvements, better achievement in your systems. And these are the confidentiality, integrity, authentications, authorizations and availability. Confidentiality, that means you have to confidence about your product. You have to given them better product than other software or other products. And the integrity also there. Authentication and authorizations is the main important things in the security testing. The admins and the users, these are the difference between the authentications and the authorization. Authorization persons have the multiple responsibilities also there, and authentications is you have authorization given, authorization persons is given the authentications to another, that means the multiple. Some examples of the security testing techniques are the spoofing the identity. Spoofing is the act of distinguishing a communication from an unknown source as being from known trusted source. It can apply emails, phone calls and websites, or can be more technical such as the computer spoofing and IP address resource protocols and the domain name servers. Spoofing is when someone's are or something that pretends to be something else and attempt to gain our confidence, get the access to our system, steal data, steal money, or spread malware. Spoofing attack come in many forms. The email spoofing, website or URL spoofing, caller ID, GPS, extension spoofing, IP spoofing and the facial spoofing. Next, the tamperings with the data. Then, reputations, information disclosure, denial of services, and elevations of privilege. Using these techniques, you have to secure your product. Then advantages of the security testing. The first tip, security testing determines whether the proper techniques are used to identify the security risks. Number second is, it verifies that appropriate the protections techniques are followed to secure the system. And then next is client server testing. A client server's architecture allows the complex system to be assembled from the components. However, multiple operating systems, changing the technologies, and greater architectural complexity make integrations the more difficult. Risks such as poor reliability, performance and configurations management, security, and other non-functional issues are more prominent. None of the risks in client servers are new, but there has been a change in emphasis. Since its purpose is to address risks, the emphasis of testing in client server must change. The complexity of the client servers also makes testing more difficult. Complex systems can be delivered the faster because they are assembled from bought-in components. A client server test strategy must identify the risks of concerns and define a test process that ensures three risks are addressed. And it is a axiomatic that the problems in a chapter to fix it if identified early, so the test process should be aligned very closely to the development process. Testing of a deliverable should occur as soon as the possible after it has been built. Functionality is usually tested in three stages: a unit or the component test, often performed by the programmers, a system test of the complete systems in a controlled environment performed by dedicated test resource. Finally, an acceptance test under the closed to production conditions, often performed by the users. In the next slide, we will discuss about the architectures of the client server. In this client server testing, the objectives, techniques and responsibility for these three test stages are directly compatible to the test stages in more traditional host-based systems. The change emphasis in testing client servers is associated with integrations and the non-functional testing. Integrations is a big issue because the client server systems are usually assembled from around the 12 components to perhaps the 20 components for a complex architecture. These components are usually sourced from the multiple suppliers. Although the standards are emerging, client server architectures often use components which have never been used before in the combination. The total number of interfaces involved make interface problems and inter-component conflicts the more likely. Other than non-functional issues such as the security, backups and recovery and system administrators also present risks. Architectures of client server. Figure shown. This diagram shown as the servers and multiple clients are connected to each other. The one server is there and multiple clients are there. Client 1, client 2, client 3 and many clients, client 4 are there. And the SQL server, Oracle server or MySQL server, which servers are used, you can use in the client server's architecture. This is the backend and front end is the client one. Okay. Then the client server involves the component testing and the integration testing followed by the various specialized testings as per scope of the testing. In these sections we have seen the client and servers are connected to each other. The front end is the client and back end is the client. But how it works, which techniques are used in this working, So that's why the client server system approaches. The chart are shown in here. The client server approaches. Client server approaches is divided into two parts: the components testing and the integration testing. The integration testing is divided into two parts: the performance testing, concurrency testing, compatibility testing, and disaster recovery testing. Okay. This chart shows the following testing for the client server system. The first is the component testing. We will discuss in the details in this testing. Then the component testing sometimes needs to define the approach and test plan for testing client's server individual. Someone may have to devise a simulator to replace the corresponding components while testing the components targeted by test. When server is tested, we may need the client simulator. While testing a client may need a server simulator. We may have to test the networks by using client and server simulators at a time. Then, integration testing. Everyone knows about the integration testing. Integration, that means the merge of the two models. And this testing, after the successful testings of the server, clients and network, they are brought together to form this system, and system test cases are executed. Communication between the client and server is tested in the integration testing. Figure show the integration testing is divided into four parts. The performance testings are here. Then what is the performance testing? How it's work in this client server system approaches? Then the performance testing is the system performance is tested when number of clients are communicate with server at a time similarly. Okay. Then the volume testing and the state testings may be used, can test the system under the maximum load as well as the normal load expected. Various users interactions may be used for the stress testing. The another testing is the concurrency testing is depend on the integration testing. It is the very important testing for the client server's architecture. It may be possible that multiple users may be accessing same record at a time. And concurrency testing is the required to understand the behavior of a system under such as the circumstances. And then next is the compatibility. The compatibility, client and servers may be put in the different environments when the users are using them in production. Servers may be in different hardware, software or operating systems environment than the recommended one. Clients may differ significantly from the expected environment variables. Testing must ensure that the performance is maintained on the range of hardware and software configuration, and users must be adequately protected. After the discussions of the client server testing, now we will see the acceptance testing sample. These are the parts of the levels of testing. And acceptance testing is a testing techniques performed to determine whether or not the software has met the requirement specification. The main purpose of this test is to evaluate the system compliance with the business requirement and verify if it has met the required criteria for delivery to end users. It is the formal testing conducted to determine whether a software system satisfies its acceptance criteria. The acceptance testing is defined as a formal testing with respect to the user needs, requirements and the business processes conducted to determine whether or not a system satisfies the acceptance criteria and to enable the users, customers and other authorized entity to determine whether or not to accept the system. It is a level of software testing process where a system is the testing acceptability. The acceptance testing is designed to determine. Next is the advantages of the acceptance testing. First is this testing gives users an opportunity to ensure that the software meets the user requirements before actually accepting it from the developer. Number second advantage, it is easier and simpler to run an acceptance test compared to other types of tests. Number third is it enables the both users and software developers to identify and resolve the problems in a software. Number fourth is this testing determines the reliance of a software to perform operations. Number fifth, it decreases the possibility of a software failure to a large extent. These are the advantages of acceptance. The acceptance testing is this testing gives user an opportunity to ensure the software meets the user requirements, and every products are making for to ensure that the software meets in user requirements before the actually accepting it from the developer. Now, then the disadvantages of acceptance testing. The users may provide feedback without having proper knowledge of the software. And this is the very important disadvantage. Thus, acceptance testing is in SDLC. SDLC means software development life cycles, and in these requirements are the requirement analysis, then high level design, low level design, and coding are there. In this acceptance testing in SDLC, it is the type of the V models. In the first chapters, we learn about the V models, and V models is the executed in parallel size. The first steps and first stage is depend on the next steps in the testing. Then like this, the acceptance criteria executed in the SDLC. Then the acceptance testing is the test conducted to determine if the requirement of specifies or the contracts are met. Then acceptance criteria may work at each stage of the software development and testing, starting from the proposal stage till the point where the test system is formally accepted by the customer or the user. The proposal and the contract must meet the acceptance criteria so that the requirement gathering phase can be initiated. The contract must contain the acceptance criteria for each phase as applicable. Acceptance criteria may be used as a basis on which exit criteria for each phase and each figure shown. They consider as a workbench approaches in the acceptance testing. For each and every phase during the development life cycle, there is an entry criteria which can be defined as the exit criteria. Okay, everyone knows about the entry criteria and exit criteria. Okay, then the acceptance criteria of the earlier phase in their figure. Then similarly, exit criteria of a stage must meet with the entry criteria of the next phase. Okay, the phase 1 and phase 2, these are the two modules are there, and every times the exit criteria of the phase 1 they meet the entry criteria of the phase 2. These are the shown in this figure, and thus the life cycles of the acceptance testings on each deliverable satisfying the input criteria of the next phase or the stage. While defining acceptance criteria, user must do the following: acquire the full knowledge of the applicable expected to be delivered by the development teams to them, and becomes a fully acquainted with applications in terms of installation, uses and troubleshooting, which must be known from the user perspective, and understand the risks or benefits of having or not having different requirements and quality factors required by the common user. In this, the acceptance criteria is defined as the list of requirements that must be satisfied prior to the customer's accepting delivery of the product. The acceptance criteria are defined on the basis of the following attributes. First is the functional correctness and completeness, data integrity, data conversion. These are techniques of the acceptance testing: the alpha testing and beta testing. The alpha testing and beta testing techniques we will see. Thank you.